My top tips for life with a newborn. Number 1, trust your instincts. Mother Nature has an amazing way of helping you out through this period. All your baby needs is love and nurturing. The rest will fall into place, you'll gain in confidence, and it will all be okay. Number 2, dads. I really strongly suggest you define your roles, set your expectations. That way you can't let each other down. I was breastfeeding in the early days, and so Mick didn't get up at night, but that meant he got a good night's sleep and was able to support me in the day. Also, really try really hard not to criticise. If daddy is trying to do something, don't step in there and take over. It might not be the way you're doing it, but they're giving it a go. Bite your tongue. Number 3, crying. Your baby will cry a lot to begin with. Try not to see this as a negative. I in the early days was really sort of distressed by the crying, but remember, it's your baby's only way of communicating. I'm hungry. Wah! I'm tired. Wah! I've got a dirty nappy. Wah! I've got a bit of an itch on my right toe. Wah! So if you can try not to see it as a complete negative, it will make it easier. Number 4, feeding. You will spend a lot of time feeding in the first few weeks. Every 2 hours, your baby will need some grub. Get some stuff to read. Download some programs on your iPad, get a book. I used to use the Daily Mail sidebar of shame, my guilty little pleasure, but get something that you can entertain yourself with. If you're breastfeeding, water. Get some bottled water in. I kicked over a glass so many times I got sick of it, and found bottles really useful. You can stick the lid on and you're not going to kick them over and have sort of floods every 5 seconds. Number 5, get outside every day if you can, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Just try and get out the door. Whilst Mick was on paternity leave, we tried to go out most days, and it just meant I was much more confident when I was on my own to get out the door. Also, the fresh air and daylight does wonders for your mood. Number 6, visitors. I personally would say no visitors other than immediate family in the first 2 weeks. It's obviously up to you, but the last thing I wanted to do was entertain people. I had a nasty blood and breast milk stained shirt on. I was feeding. I was exhausted. If you are going to have visitors, get them to help. Ask them to bring something, a meal that can just stick in the oven. If they're going to come around, get them to empty the dishwasher, put the Hoover around, whatever. But really, I would say no for the first 2 weeks. Number 7, don't Google. Easier said than done, I do know. But for every story of that rash is nothing is my baby died 2 days later. If you're really concerned, get medical help. Don't rely on Dr. Google. You will have yourself up all night. I banned myself from Google eventually because it's just not helpful. And finally, number 8, go easy on yourself. Just give yourself a break. You've just done an amazing thing. Your body has been through so much. Your mind has been through so much. Don't expect to be able to carry on as usual. I think I made the mistake of post-C-section thinking I was going to be skipping down the street. Just take some time out and slow down a little bit. I used to see mums, like when Milo was 3 weeks old, in their gym gear. I soon realised they had not been to the gym, but they were wearing Lycra because it's comfortable. I am guilty of exactly that now. I walk around in my running leggings and my trainers all the time. Just let things go and just get through it. You will get back to normal eventually, but in that first few weeks, just give yourself a break.